welcome back to my channel. This is my 35 weeks pregnant update video. I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into the deeds. Go ahead and hit subscribe if you fancy. So this week, an event happened. And I like to call it an event because, I mean, it was monumental. So I'm pretty sure that my mucus plug came out at 35 weeks and 3 days. I say pretty sure because this is my first pregnancy. I've never seen a mucus plug before. So I don't know what else that would be that was on my underwear. But I'm pretty sure it was a mucus plug. Now, when someone doesn't know what a mucus plug is, what do? We Google it. So I Googled pictures of people's mucus plugs. Was that the smartest idea? No. Because it's really gross, and there's just a bunch of pictures on Google of girls like with their underwears asking Google if that's their mucus plug. So it wasn't very helpful because it's just a bunch of people wondering if it was their mucus plug. There's no definitive answer on whether these are mucus plugs, and they're very gross. And I don't want to say gross because, like, obviously pregnancy is a miracle, so mucus plugs are a part of that miracle. But they're not, like, appetizing to sit there and scroll through. So that's what I did. I ended up calling the doctor because my husband told me to call the doctor, and he never tells me to call the doctor. He's always like, it's fine. But he told me to call the doctor, so I called the doctor. They said it's completely fine. It doesn't mean I'm going into labor. It just means it's preparing for labor, but it could still be, you know, until my due date. So, and it can grow back, and it can continue to, like, lose pieces. It is what it is. I had one night that my stomach felt really tight and kind of like pains that were like going up and down on my stomach. I was just brushing my teeth and it maybe lasted, I don't know, maybe like 40 seconds. I don't know if that was a contraction or not. I don't know what a contraction feels like. So when the doctor asked me, have you had a contraction? I'm not sure. She keeps saying, like, I'll know, and that's great, but I don't know if that was a contraction. I did not have an appointment this week, so no update on that. But as far as symptoms go, I have noticed that peeing is urgent. Like, we're talking urgent. It's not like it's going to come out, or if it even feels like, oh my gosh, I'm going to pee my pants. But the pressure on my bladder is very uncomfortable, and it can happen at any time. Like, if I'm just sitting watching TV and then I stand up, the pressure can be there, and then it's like, okay, this feels very uncomfortable. I need to go pee pronto. Another symptom this week that I have noticed is that I'm more tired than normal. In my last video, I explained that I started like incorporating naps throughout my day. That hasn't happened consistently yet. I would say maybe like 3 days a week I take a nap. But this week, like even on the weekend, which is, for me, the weekends are the end of whatever week that is. So like the end of 35. And I even had to take a nap like on the weekend. And that's when my husband is home from work, and he's a busybody, and he doesn't enjoy when I take a nap because then we don't do things. But I like had to take a nap. I was just so exhausted. We went shopping and got groceries, that sort of thing, and I was just couldn't continue. But Insomnia didn't let me sleep, so I didn't even take a nap. I even had a hard time falling asleep at night that night. And I don't want to complain about any pregnancy symptoms. I know that insomnia is a common thing during pregnancy, but I had insomnia before pregnancy, so she's been around for a while. I'm just kind of used to lying down at night and not really knowing if I'm going to go to sleep or not. And if it is related to pregnancy, I'm not upset about it. This is the one symptom that I would say affects me the most emotionally. So every other symptom, I just let it roll off my back. Like, I'm happy to experience all the symptoms because I think it's so crazy what can go on with our bodies from hormones and everything like that. So I think it's all part of the experience, and I like the experience. But insomnia is the one thing that can really like break me emotionally in that moment, that I feel very frustrated if I'm tired and I know that I'm tired, but my body will not let me fall asleep. And like I said, that has happened for almost a year before I got pregnant. So I don't know if it's so much as, you know, the pregnancy is contributing to insomnia. I think it's just me. Baby has been moving a lot during this week. I don't know if she kind of rotated position and then now I can feel her more. It could also be that she is bigger now and a lot stronger. She's like 5.5 pounds, so she's really stretching out that uterus. I think that is all of the new symptoms that I have experienced this week. No more diarrhea since last week that I told you about, so that is super cool. I have been washing and sterilizing bottles for the past 2 days, so I'm just trying to get everything ready as I approach full term, and I'm super excited, which I say at the end of all of my videos, but I'm really excited. Oh, I wanted to mention that I think my stomach is lower, like my bump, I think it's lower, but I can't tell. Like, I've been taking pictures, of course, but I can't tell if it's just because she's larger and my stomach has been growing significantly every week for the past like 3 weeks because she gains about 1/2 pound a week. I don't know if that means she's dropped or not, so I don't have a verdict on that one. But I have, up until this point, gained 25 pounds. And I think that's really good for my first pregnancy. And being 35 weeks, I think 25 pounds is super. And my doctor has no complaints about it. So, alrighty, that is everything for this video. In my next update at 36 weeks, I do go to the doctor, and then every week after that, so that'll be exciting to just update on that, check for dilation, the whole 9. So stay tuned. You gotta subscribe.